Hey, it's Tim with Outlaw Window Cleaner. What's going on? Guys, so today I want to kind of talk about marketing strategies for 2018. It is February, end of February. This is where we start to kick up our marketing as far as Facebook and Groupons and Angie's List and all that goodness. I am a residential window cleaner, so this probably isn't going to help you in high rise. With the commercial window cleaning aspect, business cards. That's what you need, and you need to be on. Get on your feet and get out there and talk to people. You have to be out there and talking to people, period. Take your business card in and talk to managers. Go into every storefront that you can and talk to a manager. In restaurants, try to hit the hours of 2 and 4 and try to get a hold of the general manager. If you can get the district manager's number, district managers are really, really cool to deal with. As far as residential window cleaning, there's a lot of marketing tools that you have at your disposal. If you watched yesterday's live video, I kind of went over the iHeartRadio aspect of how we started and gave away 70 free gutters for about $16,500 worth of marketing free on the #1 AM station in town. So you can go and check that out. I know it's a long video, but I hope there's some good information and stuff in there. Actually, Joey just kind of sent this over. Cards work in the residential world. Joey just sent this over. We got a flyer that we're working on. The flyer we use after every job. We hand the people the flyer, especially if they're a Groupon job or an Angie's List job, which I'll go over here shortly. We go ahead and hand them a flyer because we're trying to get that return business calling us instead of them going through Groupon or Angie's List again, if that makes sense. We also leave a flyer at every gutter job to allow them, not only to allow them to know that we were there, but to allow them to call us the next time and for windows or power washing or anything like that. We're not really big into the power washing. We're starting to, we've got a crew that actually does it. Kind of driveway washes is where our focus is, not house washes this year. And I don't want to make this really boring, so I'll try to go through this pretty quick. Make sure you find us on Facebook at the Outlaw Window Cleaner Network group. Come join. You know, we got a couple contests going right now. We've got a t-shirt giveaway going right now. We'll have another t-shirt giveaway going next week. And it's just a place where guys can ask questions and not feel like they're being bashed for asking a question. No question is stupid. Ever, ever, ever. Flyers are good, and yard signs are good too. Especially if you're on a job and you're actually doing the job, and the neighbors are always looking, especially in residential. So always have a yard sign at your disposal. Try to avoid the templates. Try to be creative and come up with your own yard sign. And the only reason I say this is because you can have guys in the same area, 3, 4, 5 companies using the same template, and the people are always going to remember either the phone number from the first sign they seen or the website from the first sign they seen. So you may be trying to attract customers, but you have the same template as somebody else. Right now we have a standard, just sure shine, window gutter cleaning, commercial residential, our website. I'm not a big fan of phone numbers at all. Phone numbers are kind of, they're going away. They're dinosaurs right now. You know, if you have a cool phone number that's like, let's see, got wash at the end, people will remember that with your area and stuff like that. But if you don't, I mean, there's only so many washes you can get. Websites are the future. Websites, I mean, everybody goes online anyway. They're going to check your company out before they hire you. So I would suggest that you get a catchy website. I wouldn't go a really long website. That's why we do Sure-Shine for our main website. We also have getwindowsclean.com, getwindowsclean.com, and getguttersclean.com, I believe, is the 2 other ones we have. And it's just little catchy things that you can get to market your company and to stand your company out, especially in the web address, because people remember words and sometimes they don't remember the numbers, if that makes sense. So avoid the templates at all costs. And I'm not saying, I mean, just be a little creative with it. I mean, as far as your company logo and all that on a sign, if you can, we're getting away from those signs and going to just a flat rate that we're going to throw up on those signs. Just say, hey, this is our best package. This is how much we sell it for. Go to this website. It's going to be plain Jane and just simple, if that makes sense. So daily deal sites. Daily deal sites are how we build. We built off Amazon Local back when it was just a daily deal site. We built off Groupon. We've built off Angie's List. Groupon last year we sold about 1,100 deals on Groupon, and we sold right around 750 on Angie's List. They're not as great as they have been in the past, although Groupon is getting up there. It surpassed what we've actually sold in the past, but there was a merger with Living Social that came involved with that. So that's kind of Living Social and Groupon combined compared to Angie's List, which is going away from the daily deal market. When you're putting together a daily deal, you may not understand what I'm talking about. So go on Groupon and just search window cleaning in your area, or search window cleaning in any area, and see what guys are offering. It's not always smart to be the lowest guy, because you will get smacked in the face with business, and then you kind of set your price for that. And once you start setting your price at half price, you have to do that stuff. You have to continue with that price no matter what. So we compete at a lower price range for residential than most guys in the country, but it's probably coming to your area as residential becomes more mainstream in the States. We're not anything like the UK and Europe and stuff like that, where it's a monthly service or anything like that. We are a twice a year, if you're lucky, getting windows and adding on a gutter cleaning or two here and there, plus the soft wash or power wash or anything like that. So your end goal is to get these people in your database. So you want to sell that deal on Groupon. Groupon's going to charge you, you can negotiate a 60-40 split, where you get 60% and they get 40. They're going to try the 50-50, but go for the 60-40. And just try to get a deal that you're still going to make some money on, and understand that it's a marketing tool that you have to work for your marketing instead of putting cash out of pocket, if that makes sense. It's a situation where you're using your sweat equity instead of your cash, and you get to keep that cash in your pocket for other areas such as yard signs and flyers and business cards and stuff like that. Where as far as you selling the Groupon, yeah, you're giving up 40%, but they're also putting you up in, they're stacking you up in the web pages. They're showing your deal on. If you ever notice, when you search your company in your area on Google, you'll see the Home Advisors and the Angie's List and the Groupons. They've got websites that they've been getting their algorithms just been keeping them up top. Plus, they pay a lot of money to do that. In order to fight that and to do the waiting game as far as getting my company up to a certain level, I've gone with the Groupons and the Angie's List and stuff like that, and watched my website slowly creep up, because I don't want to pay AdSense. I don't have it's a very expensive approach to marketing. There are guys that can specialize in that, and if they're in the group, you can always ask the AdSense question if that's something you're looking at. Groupon is just people are buying Groupon left and right. They are putting a lot of marketing dollars into this. So for you, it may be beneficial this year to run a Groupon. Try it. We do sell quite a bit on it, and what we do is that with our flyers, we give to the customer and explain, hey, we have a coupon code for our website that gives them 10% off, and we're trying to compete against Groupon for the next sale. As long as Groupon doesn't go to some crazy reward sale or rewards thing that they give you just for buying on their site, we should be good in this area. Angie's List. We spent 3 years building on Angie's List. We won the service award in 2015, 2016, and 2017. Once you win this service award, they kind of stick you for the whole next year, because you're not allowed displaying that you won that award without being a paid advertiser with them. They used to run big deals and things like that, which it cost a lot of money. You're talking about a 52.5% cost ratio that they took by the time they took credit card fees and all that out. Where they're changing, and this is like, I still don't understand all the changing that they're doing. Where they're changing is they're going away from the big deals. So the new setup is supposedly they're running deals on their site for you. The customer's paying like $1 or something to get that site or to get that deal, and then you collect a check on site, which is cool if that's the way they're going. But if that's the case, their marketing dollars will steadily rise, I'd imagine. So Angie's List is kind of unproven territory this year. They're not like they used to be, where you go in, oh, okay, I'm gonna make a ton of sales because I'm used to this program. So now I have to go through a whole new program and understand their business model now, which I don't think they even understand. They did have a merger with Home Advisor. I'm not a big fan of Home Advisor. I feel Home Advisor is a detriment to small business. They prey on small business, and I kind of like thumbtack in my area is not a good thing either, because you're kind of bidding against the lowest guy at all times. It's not a we're not the lowest, and we're not the most expensive guys in our town. We're right there with Window Genie and the main high volume people in town. So I think Angie's List was a good thing for what it was. What it's going to be in the future is we're still going to have to see. I think I'm kind of scared for Angie's List. I feel like with the Home Advisor merger, Home Advisor is basically they like your bank account, if that makes sense. They like to pull money out of your bank account. And when they're not doing things right by the people that have been in a contract, and they just kind of change things up. You know, I used to make, through the winter months, I used to make anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000 a month in sales off Angie's List. I haven't made a dime off Angie's List since December 2nd, yet they pulled so much cash out of my bank account. So there is no good ROI on this. There hasn't been since December 2nd. And I just don't, we'll see what happens as we get into the spring. My contract's up in April, so I'll be paying through May. So I'll be able to have more information on this as we get in. And we'll see if we re-up our contract. I mean, they're going to have to really prove themselves that this is a better program. I feel, as Home Advisor being a $1 billion company and Angie's List being a $400 million company, I feel like they're going to just bleed this company dry, and one of them will be out of business. Home Advisor is known as Service Magic, not Magic Monster, yeah, Service Magic or something like that back in the day, and they destroyed the name, so they became Home Advisor. Really do your research, get on the Reddit feeds, understand what Home Advisor is about and how they do business, and then you'll understand my fear with Angie's List this year. I would go in and I would demand some free months, man, because they are unproven. And if they can't give you free areas for 3 months, then I would stick with Groupon, because Groupon at least is proven. You're at least getting some cash off them, and they're going to do what's right by you. So it used to be that you could do the big deals and stuff like that as a paid advertiser. You get 2 free big deals a year. Now that everybody is a paid advertiser, that means you're competing for more against more guys, and they're just going to add on, because that's their business model now, is that they're going to add on advertisers, which means the more advertisers you get, the less focus you're going to get as a group or as a company. And it's just untreaded territory. Maybe my fears aren't right. We'll see. I mean, I just got a bad feeling about Angie's List. I feel like they're going to be drained as far as a company goes, and I don't feel like they're, I don't know, man. We'll see what the future holds with Angie's List. So your website, you need to have a really decent website. This, again, like I said, the phone numbers and stuff are going away, and I feel your website is what's going to sell your business. Does it have to be awesome and beautiful? Not really. It just has to have what you're doing. You know, it needs to be straight to the point. It doesn't need a lot of wording as far as BS, because I mean, there's not a lot of wording in what we do. We're window cleaners. If you're a water-fed pole guy, you know, maybe have that kind of education, because that's a new thing going on in the window cleaning world. For here in the States is water-fed pole, and we have to educate people as we go. I feel that I personally use a web store, because of what I've learned from competing against companies like Groupon and Angie's List, and you know, I compete against my deals that I run on those. I want to sell more on my web store than I want to sell through Groupon and Angie's List, which we're getting there. We're almost there. And it's what I use with Facebook, and we'll go over the Facebook thing. But my attack on my own deals through Groupon is through my webpage. And with that, with having a web store, you know, we sell packaging. So when we sell packaging, we have money in the bank now. We don't have to have guys there to collect checks or anything like that. They pay for the packages on site or on our web store, and the money it's transferred in the bank, and we have the cash in the bank within a day or two. And what that allows us is that we know that we're already paid ahead for this job. So it helps with payroll, and it helps with all them things. As far as your webpage goes, you guys can check mine out. I mean, it's no big deal. Sure-shine.com. I mean, it's also on that banner. It doesn't have to be an elaborate web page. I went on GoDaddy, I think, GoDaddy.com. They're running a deal, you know, $12 for the web address, and then it's so much a month for the web page, the business website, and then so much a month for the web store. So I mean, I might be all in, you know, $300-400 for the year for my web page, and it's simplicity as far as it goes with building the web page. There's templates and all that you can use, as long as you have your logo. And I mean, you can find other guys' websites and kind of get your wording if you're not understanding what words you need to use. It's a simple process, man, and it's not. It'll take an hour out of your life to build this web page. Maybe another half hour to 2 hours to build your web store. I mean, and it's money you don't have to pay somebody. Companies like, you know, there's companies out there that'll do your SEO and all that. I've never done SEO in my life, and it's just getting your stuff out and making sure you have the proper keywords, like window cleaning, your cities that you are in. Like, I'm in the Central Ohio market, so I make sure there's city names like Columbus, Ohio, New Albany, Ohio, Westerville, Ohio. I make sure they're somewhere in my web page somewhere. That way, when the algorithms are going and looking for when this is searched, it pulls up. So I mean, over time, my web page has been up for 3-4 years, something like that. Over time, that's what brings you up to the top. It's going to take time, because once you stop paying AdSense, you drop immediately. And AdSense is very, very expensive, especially for a new company coming in. I mean, if you're a brand new guy that's one-man show and you want to build a company, you don't want to pay for something like AdSense. It's going to maybe possibly bring you too much work. There is growing pains in a business, and sometimes you want to avoid those growing pains. Sometimes you want to start slower than, you know, make your living and build your company up and understand your business model and understand what you're trying to accomplish in your business model. So find a cool web page, or find a cool web address, start building your web page, and get it up as soon as possible. All right, so let's talk Facebook, because Facebook is probably my favorite form of marketing. The ROI on it is ridiculous. I've got videos from when we first started, you know, spending 20, getting, you know, 2,400 in sales. I've got people that are talking to me in Outlaw window cleaner group, getting 12, 13, $1,800 in sales of 20 bucks. I mean, it's just an amazing ROI. They have changed their algorithms a bit, where they're not as business friendly, where it used to be easier to do things for free, but they want you to pay. I mean, that's what they're in the business of, is making money. But as far as any other marketing tool, this is probably the cheapest marketing tool that you're going to find. You want to get your business page up and running. If you don't have a business page up and running, absolutely get a business page up and running. It's a very simple process. Throw your logo in, you know, throw some pictures in, you know, whatever it is. What you don't want is to ask a bunch of window cleaners to like your page. You just don't want that, because then you're trying to advertise to them and you're advertising your prices immediately, which I get. It's not a big deal about your pricing, because your pricing is going to be built off what you do anyway. But you're wasting your efforts as you go. When you go to an account and you do your account, or let's say residential cleaning, one of the first things that you're talking about when you're handing that flyer is, hey, do you have a Facebook? Yeah, you have a Facebook? Man, please go on our page on Facebook and like our page, because we throw out coupons all throughout the year. We do this, we do that, and you just want to talk through it. You want to always be your own salesman when you're on the routes, and you want to teach your guys that too. That, you know, it's all about the sales. It's not, you've already gotten this job. You're already doing this job. You're thinking 6 months from now. You're thinking 3 months from now. You're thinking of gutter cleaning in the fall. You know, you're thinking of driveway wash. You want to be picking them, you know, looking at their stuff and implanting that stuff in the head. But every time you're talking, you want to, if your best sales tool is a Facebook, you want to be talking Facebook. You don't want to be talking Groupon. You don't want to be talking Angie's List. That you're over if you sold that, and that's the reason you're there. You get what I'm saying? You want to get away from that as quick as possible. Get that out of their heads. Let them know that, hey, we do run like 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever deals you're running on your Facebook page. You know. You want to educate your customer on site at all times, and put that stuff in their head. Hand them that flyer that you have with coupon deals or whatever, and make sure that they understand that you know, this is what you need to use next time, because blah 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 blah. Don't bash Groupon, don't bash Angie's List, don't explain the percentages, because it just makes you look foolish in the end, if that makes sense. As far as running a deal on Facebook or running a post on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen this before. This is simplicity that we use. And the reason that we use it is because we've learned that videos don't work on Facebook as far as attracting customers. They just don't work. We get a 4-to-1 click ratio better with a picture, a simple pic, than we do with a video every single time. Now, if you notice that, you know, my wording is small, because this is they're just flying through as they're going. We want to catch them with the picture. Hey, that's what I need. Window cleaning. There it is. That's what I've been looking for, right? Hold on. Let me get you. So we want to hit them with that picture. And then we got simple wording. Time to think spring. 119 for our 20 in and out. Book early and save money. Use coupon code CLEAN10 to take an extra % off. See, if you go up here, we have the shop now button right here. I'll just test it. I can't actually hit it. I'll test it. But if you go shop now, it takes you straight to my website.
Hey, it's them with Sure Shine Cleaning Solutions.
Shop now, shop, and they can buy our packages instantly. Use that coupon code CLEAN10, and they're good to go. But with this, I haven't boosted this post yet. So, let me give you a little insight. Sorry. See where it gives you that option to boost your post? We haven't boosted that yet, because we're kind of waiting until March 1st when the spring's finally getting here. People are getting itchy and they really want to buy, because we want to get more bang for our buck with our money that we're spending. But I mean, it's simple, it's easy. The pictures, you just want something that's just blam. Hey, that's exactly what we do. So when I want to get ready, I go down here and I switch over to me. I already belong to a bunch of buy-sell groups in my area, so when I share, I want to go to share. I want to pick a group or a page of a share in a group, and I'll just go Granville because that's where we go a lot anyway. It's really close to home. So Granville, Ohio selling wall. That's where I want to share that, right? And it's gonna share that post. Boom. That was free, right? So people are gonna see that. But what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the other people that aren't on the selling walls and stuff like that are just scrolling through Facebook, and that's when I'll boost my posts. Now I'll do that probably March 1st, March 2nd, March 3rd, and we'll let the power of Facebook start helping us again this year. So the great thing about Facebook is you don't have to pay right away. Your bill's due at the end of the month. So I mean, you're going to make your money on the boost you do by the end of the month. Just set that money back as you collect the money. If you're not, I mean, Facebook's a good deal, man. It really is. I think a lot of companies are going to be scrambling to compete with them and getting your dollars. But as right now, I don't see any losses in using Facebook right now. Everybody should be using Facebook to promote their company. Again, get away from the videos. Stick with a simple picture. Stick with a simple message that's 3-4 lines long that gets your point and where you want to be. Always have a price in there, and always have an option to get to your website, if that makes sense. So that's it. You have questions, I mean, you can leave them down here in the bottom. You can come to join the group, Outlaw Window Cleaner Group Network on Facebook. Come join us. I mean, we love hearing new things, you know. Last thing I'll talk about, something simple, something that's kind of worked for us in the past. I mean, I kind of went over radio. But local radio stations, especially in the city that you live in, the ones that aren't like the #1s and aren't in the big metropolitan areas, but like we have a couple radio stations here in town that are Licking County, which is one county. You go outside the county, you can't hear these radio stations. But we have like almost, you know, 200,000 people in our county, right? So what we do is, I mean, for $4 or $5 a time slot, spend $200, you get 40 time slots. They take you in. You get to cut your own commercial, and you get to keep that commercial. And that's what we use also for video advertising on Facebook, is we just throw out our commercial. We add our commercial to some video, and boom, done. You know what I mean? So if you ever hear that, hey, it's Tim with Sure Shine blah 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 on my page or anything like that, that's my radio commercial that I spent $200 for and got a bunch of advertising through that. So it makes you seem like you're bigger if you're promoting on radio, if that makes sense. And it gives you that, hey, they're really, you know, they're spending some money on advertising that way. So I don't know. Tell me what you guys think, and let's get some comments down below, and make sure that you like the video and subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? We got some cool things coming up on the channel. We're gonna go over some products. We're gonna go, of course, we got the gunslinger that we're gonna be talking about all throughout the year, and you know, we got just some cool stuff going on. So, all right, guys, that's it. Talk to you.